This episode of Reppin' the State Line podcast with John, George, and Josh is sponsored by the Broda Gaffney Group, powered by Epic Realty. The home buying process is stressful, especially when it's your first time. The Broda Gaffney Group is committed to giving you a stress-free experience while guiding you through the process from getting approved for a loan to getting the keys on closing day. Let their team give you an epic home buying experience. Visit sellingthestateline.com.
And we're back.
Week 2?
Week 2.
Week 4.
Week
3? Nah, it's definitely week 3.
It's the second episode.
Second episode.
Second episode, week 3?
Format change.
No, just call it
It's a change format, which I think is working really well because we are able to really put out different content that we've never put out before, just to give more hype for the show itself.
We actually had like preview reels, and there's shorts now on YouTube and
TikTok and Facebook
all over the place.
I mean,
and something called Threads. Never heard of it.
Yeah, Threads is
Facebook,
right? It's
I know,
Twitter
I'm just
for
kidding.
Facebook, basically.
Threads, is it Threads or Reels?
It's Threads.
Threads.
It's Reels on Threads and Reels on Facebook and Reels on Instagram.
Is Threads a different platform?
Completely different.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's horrible.
That makes sense because I see something on Facebook and I click it and then
And
it
it
takes
says
me to my
to download
app store.
Threads.
I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not.
Are you on Threads?
I am. I was an early adopter when it came out, and it's as crazy as Twitter.
Was this that platform that came out when
right when Elon bought Twitter?
and
Zuckerberg put this out.
Zuckerberg? What's the one that Trump put out?
That's Truth Social.
Okay,
Right.
That's
I don't.
different.
I'm not
during
down-
his first election, right?
No. He did that after his.
when he after
After
the
his
first
first
one,
election.
when he got barred from Twitter.
Correct. Okay.
He created.
Well, he's no
his-
longer barred from Twitter because like his best friend is now
Right.
owns Twitter.
And
X.
speaking,
It's X.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
can't say it. It's Twitter. 100%.
it's X, but we still tweet. I don't know. I don't understand it, but it's
No,
all
we
right.
X.
We X.
I don't tweet. I X.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Well, we have another guest in the
Yes,
house.
we do.
For you that are watching the video. And like you said before, this season is specifically for conversations. We're bringing people from all over the community in out of politics, restaurant owners, business owners, gym owners. I mean, you name it. We are trying to bring someone in a different light and really spotlight different people within our community. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and we found that people that actually listen to us, prefer when other people are talking over us.
Yeah.
So, no, just to be serious. So today, though, our conversation is with a good friend of mine. Our guest is Teresa Skridla. And Teresa is 30 years a realtor with Century 21's Beloit and Roscoe offices, lives in Roscoe. We'll go into some of your other stuff. But Teresa, welcome.
Thank you.
I don't want to throw everything out there because you are there's so limited stuff out there, and I know there's so much more to you. So
Yes.
it's gonna be good.
I'm
We're
The
excited.
crazy part is if you look up any one of us three, you're gonna get a laundry list of things. Like a laundry list, good and bad. Like the time John was in New York City on his birthday.
Oh, yeah. That's a
You think,
good story.
you think we could find that on good old Google?
No,
could,
I
probably.
doubt it. It's
as
probably.
long as it was something after.
I mean, he's running for trustee now, so he probably buried it. he paid
He
that.
paid $1,000 to get it removed.
You know,
Yes.
the hard part is once it's on the internet, it's there forever. So,
Yeah.
but no, there's nothing there because the internet did not exist when I was crazy as a child. So, a lot of that-
1967.
I'm done. I'm done with you guys.
Careful.
Oh, I'm only 51. Jeez.
George.
Only.
He came from New York City on a horse and buggy.
It took 5 days.
He's so old. He's so old. The telegram.
Why do you think his favorite game's the Oregon Trail? I mean, come on.
He lived it.
He lived it.
All right. Well, let's go back to our guest.
Moving on.
So, Teresa, welcome.
Thank you.
Teresa is also running for Village Trustee in Roscoe. She's on our slate, Citizens for Building.
She's a write-in.
Yes.
So that's the most
And that's
important
the
thing.
very important thing. So you're going to
Yes.
see in the comments how her name is spelled, and you need to write
Can
it
we
exactly
can we
that
put
way.
it can we put it on the screen when we air this? Her exact spelling of
Yeah,
her name.
you know what? I'll send you our whole thing, and you just put the flyer right
Right
there.
here.
Yep.
Dropped. Okay. Remember. Okay. So that was like at 7 minutes. I got to
7
remember.
minutes.
All right, let me take
We'll,
notes for George.
we'll cut to the picture.
All right. Beautiful.
Well, you can't find anything online about me because that's by design.
Yes, and so why is that?
I'm just a private person.
All right,
I
I have a-
do social media, but I'm just private, and I don't. My careers. That's all you see is my career.
Business.
Business.
And you've been, 30 years in real estate. You started when you were 15?
Yeah.
Pretty
No,
much.
Back in 1998, you had to be 21 at least
Okay.
to get a license back then, and I slid in there right at 21. So gave away my age there. But
Oh, so you and John. Oh, now we get to now we'll stop. With
You're
the
going to tease our
jokes.
guest? Okay,
No,
thank
we're gonna
you.
we're
No,
gonna stop
only
the
John.
Only John.
So are you so private? So I'm in the insurance business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are people that are so private that when you Google their address, their entire house gets grayed out.
no, I'm not that private.
You're not that private?
No, a lot
Okay.
of people know where I live.
I'm just saying it's
Right.
it's wild to try to.
I mean, I
it's
know-
try- it's,
I know
it's really
attorneys,
wild to try
doctors
to
that
quote
do
someone's property when the entire thing is grayed out and you have no clue what the house looks like.
Well,
Try doing a market on someone who is completely like all their assessor's information, everything is private.
Oh
Because usually it's when they're in law enforcement or something.
Yeah, they don't
Oh, yeah.
want people to know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've
agreed.
I've come across that.
Me too.
It's tough.
Yep.
And then you ask them,
100%.
questions, and they don't want to tell you the questions.
Correct.
I'm like, how am I going to do my job if I don't know anything? Like, I don't even know the square footage of your house.
right.
Yep.
And I'm sure you have clients like that too, where it's like, I don't want pictures of the inside of my house on the internet. It's like, how do I put them out
Sell it. How do
there?
you want me to sell it?
How do I sell your house if people can't see pictures of the inside of the house?
Telegrams.
Whoa.
What is going on?
I don't know.
What is going on?
Just don't pay attention to it because it won't show up.
All right, no problem.
I don't
So
know
pretend that little short you just felt didn't exist.
why. Correct.
Because they don't come up on weird.
Yeah,
No.
it's just us.
Anyways, what made you get into real estate at 21?
Actually, I bought my first home when I was 18, and I was not the way I was treated. I was 18 and young. Nobody would took me seriously. First time home buyer, had a baby, and that really it just intrigued me. And I thought, you know what? No one's helping me. And I finally found a realtor who would help me, treated me with respect, and decided when I'm old enough, because I was only 18, I want to get into real estate.
Very cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
What? All right, go ahead, George.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, what was your craziest, without giving away too many details because you can't, but what was your craziest transaction and what was your easiest transaction?
Oh my gosh. A lot of them are crazy, especially these days. Everybody's a little out there, but I've had to fire some clients just because of the way they acted.
Ooh, John had to do that.
Yeah. That's no fun.
Remember that crazy person?
Yes.
The couple?
Yes.
I
I
remember.
almost fired them. The day I was firing them, we went into contract. I was stuck with them till closing.
Oh man, that lady would text you at 2
I
o'clock in the
was
morning.
just read. Yeah, I got a text at 2 o'clock in the morning saying how I was conspiring with the husband to cut her out of the deal.
Oh my gosh.
I don't.
And
know.
it was a rant.
And it was a rant.
Oh, it was a rant.
The text message went on
And
and
on
on and on
Yeah.
and then the next day, I was going to meet with them, and we got the offer accepted.
Oh wow.
And I couldn't.
Were we on the golf
quit.
course that next day?
Yes.
That's
we were all three playing together.
Yeah.
And I wanted to. I was showing them the thing, and I got a text. I said, "Oh," and they go, "What?" I go, "Our offer was accepted. I can't fire them today."
Yes.
Because now I represent that'd be bad if I walked away because that just kills their deal. And I could get sued for that. So it's like,
So why'd you have to fire the client?
Well, I had this one couple, a husband and wife, and it was when the market was down. And I got along great with the husband, very relaxed, laid back gentleman. But the wife was just verbally abusive to me. And after several weeks of working with them, I just finally went, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
That's not good.
Maybe we had
Nobody
the same
needs-
client.
That's
But
funny.
The easy ones are, when it comes to a buyer, you show them one house and they love it and they're done.
Yes.
I love those, but
I just fired a client in December.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm still getting statements, so it wasn't me.
It was just
It was
see, our in the insurance world, the gentleman just refused to pay his bill, and then he'd want to pay it, and then he would half pay it, and it was just a nightmare.
Not worth your time.
It wasn't worth my time,
No.
and then the insurance company was getting mad at me. It was bad look on me. So it came to the point I'm like, hey, you just got to go find insurance elsewhere. I mean, I can't help you anymore.
yeah. Yep.
But there's a reason why his business is kind of failing. So
Well,
So we know now that we got the insurance agent, realtor, another realtor, and I do mortgages.
you do?
The whole package here.
Yeah, I
you do mortgages,
Do we
still,
need
George?
to go down this rabbit hole?
well, yeah,
When was your last transaction?
last year.
Does
But
that count?
It's only March.
It's only March. Hey, my last closed transaction was last year too, so I've got things closing in the next few weeks. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's not easy right now out there. But
like the last week of December.
in
was
my
last
defense,
year,
I have
technically.
zero time for. I started a company, and that is taking 100% of my efforts right now. But I'm still holding my license, still practicing, doing it when something stumbles my way. But I'm not out there marketing, attending events, pushing, trying to get clients.
Yeah.
But I work with Bruce Biggers, who is phenomenal at what he does, and anything I send his way, I have the perfect partnership. So anything comes my way, him and I work together, and he makes sure it closes.
Yep.
So it's good. It's a good deal.
Good to have that.
Yep. What I was getting to is, what is your thoughts on the market? How are you doing in this environment that we're in with the rates, especially Rockford area? Now, you do more homes up north.
I am dual licensed. I work in Illinois and Wisconsin. My business is about 50-50. So
Okay.
Last year was kind of a slow year for me just because I took a lot of time off at the end of the year to take care of my sick mother.
Oh,
But she's better now. So back at it. But last year I only did about, I can't remember exactly, 55, 60 units, which I'm usually 75 and up.
got it.
But when you take a little time off in real estate, then getting the engine revved back up and getting going again is a little bit more difficult.
Oh, sure.
But I've been staying pretty busy this year, especially with running for trustee. I feel like I have no free time lately.
Yeah.
But
That's that's this guy right here. I mean, he's like my best friend, and I haven't seen him for weeks.
yeah,
He's literally every day, all days gone, on the run,
we are always
showing
on the
houses, trying to get deals done, going to events, going to, I don't know, stuff you have within your city, your own fundraisers, knocking doors. Like,
Yeah.
you guys I don't know how you guys do it.
I don't attend too many realtor functions just because I'd prefer to be working. But I definitely, I was writing an offer at 8:30 last night. So, we are on as realtors 24/7. So,
Gotcha.
Well, that's one of the hardest things is you work as a realtor when your clients are not working.
correct.
So and you have some clients that are not working during the day, and you have some clients that are not working in the evening. If you're working on one of those, you're on call then like all day, all night.
Yeah.
So it is one of those things. I don't do a lot of realtor events either, as far as the networking that way, but I do hit a lot of the RPAC functions, just those fundraisers, because I believe like the money we've given to RPAC over the years is one of the reasons why during COVID we were able to work. We
Correct.
because that money was used to lobby the state to say real estate is an essential business and people need housing. Especially, I had a lot of clients that were leaving the city areas and moving out here because they wanted space, they wanted a backyard, they wanted to have a little less people around them. So 2020 was just a skyrocket year. But so I always make sure I support that. But yeah, with the company change recently, I'm spending a lot of time doing trainings in Chicago. It seems like I'm always in at the main office. So it's hard when you're doing a 2-hour drive in, you're there for 4 or 5 hours, the 2-hour drive back.
Yeah.
I stay local.
Trainings are brutal.
But how's Wisconsin though? Because I'm not licensed in Wisconsin at all, but I know you do a lot, the Beloit, Janesville area, out towards Lake Geneva.
Yep.
So
Oh, I love Lake Geneva.
I do too. I will jump at any opportunity I can. But Rock and Walworth are the counties I focus on. I will go into Greene or Dayne. Jefferson, unfortunately, sometimes it gets getting a little far for me. But
Yeah.
I try to focus on certain areas so that I can represent my clients well, know the areas. I've spent a lot of time in those areas. But the world in Wisconsin is very different than
Oh, heck yeah.
Illinois. When I cross that state line, I literally have to take one hat off and put another one on. You know, not just value-wise and people-wise, but everything is different there. So I spent a few years learning Wisconsin before actually getting my license to feel comfortable to sell there.
right.
So then once I got comfortable, I was able to get my license and really hit the ground running.
What makes it so different?
Oh, everything. Values. You wouldn't believe the difference in value. You can take a home in Roscoe and pick it up and just move it a few miles north into Beloit or even maybe Janesville, and the value is 30% minimum higher.
Really?
Higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow.
Taxes are a little bit less, but they're catching up.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's catching up to Illinois.
Well, they used to say that about everything except for Rockford. They're like, oh, you got to live in Belvedere, or you got to live in Roscoe Rockton because taxes, everything's going up.
Mm-hmm.
They're catching up for sure.
Taxes and all.
I mean,
the
nobody beats
outskirts.
my taxes. I'm not gonna lie. Taxes in this house are insane. It's stupid. But yes, they're catching up in other cities.
Yes, they are. They are. Rock County just went through a complete reassessment, and everybody, I think, went up at least 30% on their taxes.
Yeesh.
Well, the Winnebago County assessment was 12%.
Yep.
Last year.
Which is down
Yeah.
because it used to be near 16.
Mm-hmm.
So they've brought it down.
Well, the officials in the county, they're trying to make it an affordable place to live. We can't just keep raising taxes, which
Yeah.
is raising everything, and the values are going up. But if you can't buy milk, cheese, and eggs, and your taxes are more than your mortgage payment, it's like, how am I going to do this?
Correct.
$9 a dozen eggs.
No, they went down.
Dude,
I just
bought eggs.
I
the
just
other
bought
day.
eggs yesterday, and there was like 6. Where are you shopping?
You bought Cadbury eggs. That's why they were cheaper. they taste better.
You're
Like
funny.
eggs.
But it's hard to fry them.
It's hard to fry 'em.
They just melt.
They burn.
So, I'm going to throw it out there because you are running for village trustee, and I know like what your passions are and why you want to do this. But for people that are listening right now, because this is going to air like right before the election, so I mean we're going on. It's a week from this Friday.
The 19th? No,
Yeah.
21st.
Right. The 21st is if this is airing on the 21st, 1:00, it hits. So we're day after our last fundraiser.
Yes.
And our fundraiser meet and greet, which is on the 20th at Pietro. So if you missed it last night, you missed a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Always talking to the future on this show. But why running for trustee?
So, being in real estate for as long as I have, I do have a lot of firsthand knowledge from hearing from people, what they love, what they don't love. I'm also at a point in my life where I've recently become an empty nester. All my kids are grown and out of the house, so I have a lot of more free time. And honestly, my neighbor came over, Mike
Yep.
Sima. He came over and just asked if I had ever thought of it. And I was kind of just stood there with a blank look on my face and said, me in politics? I don't know. I kind of have a mouth on me. And I told him I'm not a politician. And he's like, great. That's exactly what we don't want. We don't want a politician. We want somebody who just thinks normal and, wants better for their community. And living in Roscoe, the Roscoe and Rockton area since 1998, I have thought, it would be great to have this or that, or why did they put that there? Gas stations, for instance. Oh my
Gas
gosh,
stations.
the
So many
station.
gas stations.
Car washes.
There is no.
There's
Not in Roscoe.
Not in Roscoe.
they're
Love's
popping
Park
up.
and Chesney Park
Yeah,
popping
they're-
up everywhere.
Yes. So I've always, I had to actually sit and think. It wasn't just a split decision I made. I sat and thought about it and had a discussion with my husband. And I said, really, if boils down to I can't complain about things if I'm not willing to help change them. And I got a lot of great ideas. I would love for the Roscoe area to be more shopper-friendly, entertainment, restaurants, and no more like insurance companies, machine places. We had enough of those.
Well, yeah, our main
Agreed.
street looks like it's insurance land
Insurance and slots.
and slot machines. And I understand what you're saying. And Josh came to me the other day and he's like,
I have an idea.
he has an idea.
No offense on the shop insurance thing.
No,
either.
no, it's okay.
No.
There's a lot of us. There's only one real insurance agent in town. It's okay.
And that's Josh Cooper with Valentine Insurance Agency.
Thanks, John.
No problem. Well, you're my agent. I mean, you do a great job. I mean, I have a question. I have a change. I have something. You're on it right away. But no, Josh was away this weekend, and I'm sitting with Venice. Finally, it's like the end of the day, and my phone rings. I'm like, okay, it's Josh. What's going on? So, what's up? I got a great idea. Roscoe needs this, and so tell us about it.
Yeah, I want to hear
What do
this.
we need?
I'm not telling it on the air
Why?
Somebody will
because
steal it.
I don't.
He doesn't want Love's Park to steal it
Yeah, no,
because
no,
they seem to
This
be
is-
like they're building that
this-
whole corridor. It's
This is the
ridiculous.
perfect idea for Roscoe. I think it would 4 times the infrastructure of Roscoe. It'd bring a lot of people to Roscoe on a steady, regular basis.
I think I know what you're talking about already.
And it's not a water park.
No,
I know.
and it's 12 months a year. It's all year round.
Year round. Okay. that's good.
I know what you're talking
No.
about.
So
You've
Jo-
said it before.
Josh was super excited about this, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, we'll see what happens. I'm like, well, regardless of the election, like, well, I'll introduce you to the trustees that are there now, and you can start talking to them about
Yeah,
this. Because
absolutely.
It's,
there's a
it
lot
could be
of
huge for the city of Roscoe.
there's a lot of moving parts to get something like this to come to Roscoe. So that's the hard part.
Roscoe is so when you go to Lake Geneva and you walk their main street
Yeah.
and shop and do things, it's an attraction. It's very, it's got that feel, and I'm going to sound stupid for saying it, but Gilmore Girls, like that was one of my favorite shows growing up. And
Wow, you are young.
I was into the Golden Girls.
I had a really good word to say right there, and I refrained from it. Be proud of me.
Because we're not going to get our rating this week.
no,
Exactly.
we're not. We can't. It has that like small town feel, and
It's lake
Roscoe,
life.
Roscoe absolutely should though. Like
should.
it is such a quaint, lovely, safe, really good schools. It's got everything going for it, but the downtown.
Right.
If they can just turn that into like a legit, cute shopping district with, like you said, entertainment, restaurants, and not get rid of, but like hide the stuff that's there.
Yeah, we
Little
don't want
bit
to get
better?
rid of
No,
what's
no.
there. Just
Just-
Every business, every home, every
a
bit of the
place.
community has its place in our community.
Correct.
We want that in our community, but I agree. And so the current trustees, and that's one of the reasons why I jumped on this bandwagon to want to serve our community.
Yeah.
Just that new park, the new parking lot, actually, that's going to go in right across from Sophia's restaurant. There was an old house. It was not even fit for occupancy. So that's why it was bought and torn down, even though some people feel the house should have never been torn down.
it was not a historical home.
It was not a historical home. No, it was built in like 1966 or something. It was not.
Same year
So
you were
it
born.
was just an eyesore, and people got sentimental about an eyesore.
But
That's silly.
but the whole key with that was we need more parking in that general area, especially when there's events on Main Street. But one night a week, that's going to become like a food truck spot, and there's going to be acoustic music and somewhere to sit. So you can get some food and you can listen to some music. There's
shelter.
little shelter there. All the parking spaces are going to have a canopy covering them. So a little bit of shade when you're doing events. So it'll be a nice little event space as well. But then, what is it there? Hodges Run.
Hodges Run.
The corner there at Hodges Run, which I was telling you because we were looking at a house in that neighborhood for you. And I was like, this is coming to the park, this area. It's little huts, basically, that are going to be pop-up shops. So if somebody wants to start a business
Kinda
and
like the Snow Mart.
they can't afford a brick and mortar, these are going to be there full time with electric, with power, heat, all year round.
All year round.
Walking path, outdoor seating, a food truck spot, live music, a park for kids. So it's going to be like a community place to go shopping, kind of like a Kindle Mart or something like that,
wait till
all year round.
when we go to Hawaii, I'm going to take you to a place that you just described. That's in Kihei, in just north of where we're staying, and we're going to go there at one point. And they have basically these permanent structures that are. That's where I get all my souvenirs, and it's awesome. 100%.
Well,
Well,
this
take
was
pictures
modeled,
because we get our ideas too from other locations.
right?
you
Because a
know.
lot of that was modeled off of what they did at the Riverwalk in the city of McHenry, which that's only open part of the year because they couldn't come up with how to do it. And what I loved about the huts too is the village had the school,
Schools.
the high school kids that are in construction program are building them as part of their school project. So
That's
there's
pretty
framing and because they need to be able to build something, and there's only so many houses that they could build that somebody could donate. I'll have you build a house. You know, and my son took that class, and that's what got him interested in electrical and machining and stuff like that because he was in there building, and he was like, I think I want to go into some type of trade rather than, go to college. I was like, cool, go for it.
And the kids are super excited to build them too, so that makes it even better.
Yeah.
They're really looking forward to it. So,
Very cool.
But there are a lot of great things for development that's been going on with this current batch of trustees that came in 2 years ago. And, but on the same note, they don't have a background in real estate, construction, zoning, and that's the three of us right now. Dayne Mead is our other running mate for our slate. He's retired from engineering. He was on the zoning board for a couple of years now. He has a lot of experience in that, plus he's a lifelong resident of the area.
That's awesome.
And then with Teresa's 30 years of experience, and then I have 20 in construction, and I have 8 years in real estate. It's like we could help translate development to regular terms for the trustees to make an informed decision on how to do this best, I feel.
well, and going back to the beginning, we hear as realtors a lot of what people want in their community.
Yeah, it's kind of like last week. Our guest was a hairstylist, where we talk about she knows everything about everything. Realtors are the same thing. Like you guys know everything about everything because you guys are out there in our communities and you're meeting with people daily. I mean, that's all you do.
Mm-hmm.
Just like hairstylists, like they know all the gossip, they know all the stuff happening, and they know who's who, and it's because that's the type of career that they're in. So 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Absolutely.
I know one of the best feelings for me is like when I get a client that's not from the area and they want to move to Roscoe, where I've lived now since 2006, and I could be like, this is here and this is here, and I love going here on Sundays, and we could go over here, and you're able to like truly talk about the region and the area with passion. It makes them feel like, well, I need to live here, and when we just adding more amenities makes it a place where you want to stay. So we were always that bedroom community where people, they came here for the schools, but they went elsewhere to work. They went elsewhere to shop. I know the goals of our leadership now in the village does want to bring more people into our area to stay. We want, as cars drive by, what was it, like 6 million cars drive by Roscoe every year on 251?
Yeah, just on 250.
How do we get 1 million of them to turn right? And just pull into the downtown and go to a restaurant, shop, do something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, and part of doing that too is building residential. And there's a lot of residential opportunities in the Roscoe-Rockton area and specifically in Roscoe. So, helping to build affordable housing in the area.
Key word right there.
Affordable.
Affordable.
Yes.
well, that is the key.
That is the key everywhere in the country. The problem is majority, and I'm not going to say Roscoe Rockton, but majority of like Rockford is that the word affordable is not possible right now because affordable everywhere else is 200,000-300,000. Affordable here is sub 200,000, and it just the cost of goods and our wages are not keeping up with it, and it's the chicken before the egg conversation that I'm having with mayoral candidates and stuff. It's like, how do you fix that? People have to make more money for us to be able to build more expensive home for values to really go up. The values went up in our area, but it's pricing first-time home buyers out of the market, and it shouldn't be that way.
No,
But
it shouldn't.
we don't have options for them either, though. One thing
That's what I'm saying.
we need.
That's why our area is so hard hit still, where you're seeing Texas and all these other areas flourishing right now in real estate because values are up and there's stuff on the market.
Right. But they're
where-
building condo complexes in
Correct.
other markets. They're building
not building
townhouses. They're
because
building that
they can't
kind of
afford to
stuff.
build them for what people can afford.
Can pay for them.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem. So how do we fix that? There's two ways. You fix that by finding a way to bring the cost down, or B, try to find a way to bring the earnings up, people's average earnings up, so they can afford to pay the higher prices. Which, I mean, that's the healthier way to do it. Just we have to solve that part. So we have to bring in more bigger industries, bigger thinkers into our area to put together more entrepreneurial spirit. 100%. Like, if you revamp that whole downtown it would be supported. People would go to it 1,000% and stop going to Beloit or stop going down to Rockford or wherever they go for their meals now or for shopping. If you build up that main street downtown, it could become that, and that would attract more money, and more money then can be spent to subsidize the cost of building something more affordable. Or we got to find a way to entice like major corporations come in, like his idea,
Right.
stuff like that.
But that's the other key too, is like right now the Rockford region is known for aerospace. We're known for then we have logistics and we have healthcare. Those are our three big industries.
Correct.
We need to diversify that a little more though, because not everybody that lives within our community can fall into one of those three boxes.
Correct.
In order to get one of those good paying jobs. So we need support jobs. We need other industries to come in.
Find a way to bring in like AI, something to do with tech, a tech company.
Well,
that it becomes
there's a whole
a big tech
Facebook
company.
campus right now down in the Rochelle area. This thing is monstrous. A friend of mine's oldest son is working out there as an electrician, and he's figuring he'll be there for the next 10 years. And he's an apprentice right now, and he'll be 10 years as an electrician working on this facility because that's how long it's going to take with all the changes, how rapidly things are coming with new wiring, new engineering, new
keeping
everything.
up with
Just
everything.
keeping up with it as they're
That's the
building
kind
it.
of 100%. We need to be known or bring in more
Right.
to the area for sure.
That's kind of our goal as
Yeah.
and trustees. There's a large area in the village that is zoned for industrial, commercial, and attracting those big corporations are part of the goals, the future
Awesome.
goals.
I like it. Wow. So we got to know a lot about Teresa, the candidate. And
Not much, really.
No, well, what?
No, I mean, you spoke from the heart, and a lot of what you said, I guarantee resonates with pretty much everybody in the area. I find it hard not to. So in that case, you're willing. You did. This wasn't a rash decision. You did the what I don't know what you call it. The
Pros and cons list.
pros and cons list
Yeah.
to come up with the decision that this is something that you were ready to take the step. I don't see how you don't vote for Teresa.
No, and that's it. April 1st is the consolidated election.
100%.
Vote. You're going to write Teresa's name in the write-in.
Are
For
we going to
village
do another
trustee?
drop at
We're doing
37
right
minutes right here?
Yep.
This name?
Spelled exactly how it's pronounced.
So what happens if someone's off a letter?
That's okay, actually.
Oh, okay.
They
that would
allow.
be really.
So if they spell her name with a TH instead of TE for Teresa, they know that you meant Teresa. But like if her last name is not spelled anything like it, But it's spelt exact. I mean,
They have judges, election judges, that both basically is if they agreed that the intent was there.
Then it counts.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. So
When's so the election's on the 1st.
April 1st. Yes.
So we're doing a big party on April 1st. Where's the victory party at?
The big party is. Are we?
I think it's at Firehouse.
It's
That's
set
where it
up
was
at the
last time.
firehouse.
Yeah.
That's
in the
where it was
back
2
room.
years ago, and I liked that. That was
Did you?
fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
It was a good time. I
We
think
got
we're
to
gonna
see the
start.
results rolling in. We were all checking our updates on the phone.
Yep.
Like 18% of the is in is pretty fun.
It was fun.
And they had couple of the bigger guys came out for that. What was his name?
Well,
Cabello?
John Cabello came
Cabello
out
came?
and watched the results that night because he had stuff going on that night too.
Yeah.
So it was a good time.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time.
So
Well, we have our function next week. What's today's
Well,
date?
right,
Next
but
week
it'll
on
be-
the 20th.
It'll be
it's
yesterday. when
yesterday
this comes out. We had
Oh,
our
that's
function.
right.
because we
Function last night.
record and then it airs.
Yeah, I
like,
have to do
10
a
days
massive
later.
amount of editing and all the fun stuff to make little shorts and we drip out some shorts prior to.
Well, we'll drip out
episode.
one.
Well-
We'll drip out one short that says on Wednesday and Thursday, like to come to Pietro's
Yeah,
right there in Roscoe for our meet and greet fundraiser. There's going to be pizza, and you get to meet us and talk to Teresa firsthand, and ask your questions about the village. Like, what do you want to know? What do you want to see? And give us your opinions.
Yeah, that's the biggest part. We want to know what everybody else wants, and we'll do our best to implement those.
I got a question.
Yes.
What's your biggest hobby?
You stole my question.
My hobbies, oh boy.
The biggest.
The biggest.
Yes.
My biggest hobby is buying and flipping houses.
Really?
Imagine that. But yeah, actually that is
Flipping.
flipping houses. Or
I've always dabbled with the idea because I have a I have an eye for design, or at least I think I do. Everything in my house is non-original, and I designed everything. Like this office.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So this is all my ideas. I have a contractor that I pay, and he just makes it come to fruition.
Nice.
In my basement, all that. So I think I'd be good at it from that aspect, but I'd be really bad at it because I have really expensive taste. So I don't think I'm going to profit off these houses I'd flip, but they'd be gorgeous.
So we need to find George a $500,000 to $600,000 house for $400,000 that he can renovate.
that I can renovate
and
for
flip
100
there.
grand and flip. Yeah, there you go.
There's a few out there.
Yeah.
Could do that.
Yeah.
I'm actually helping a client right now that bought a foreclosure, and he is just like you, high end, loves everything top notch, and he wants to flip it. And I'm like, you gotta pull back.
Yeah.
He's gonna do a custom $20,000 kitchen in this little $150,000 house. And I was like, whoa, wait, let's.
Yeah,
let's
no,
get
you gotta
some-
go.
No, it's unpainted, unfinished boxes at Home Depot, and then we'll have the painter paint them so it looks custom.
Or paint them yourself.
Yeah.
I do a lot of
Yes.
my own stuff. So
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Hands on. Yeah, I don't do any of my own stuff,
Yeah.
but I'd be glad to
Pay.
for somebody to do it. Yes.
He always pays for somebody to do
It's funny because Jeff, we've mentioned Jeff on this podcast a lot, but my wife sometimes gives me a lot of flack because I'll have Jeff come just like I put a list together, and some of my list is to hang pictures and a bunch of stuff that I really could do, but I'm like, well, if he's coming, I'm just gonna add it to his list. And so he comes, and I'm like, I need you to do this, and that's it. So he's hung pretty much everything in my house.
his
Yep.
whole look around.
He's
Yeah,
pretty
he's-
much he pretty
he
much
made
did
those
everything.
shelves. Yeah, he does it all. He's my right hand man.
Might need his name and number.
He's also my right hand man.
Yeah, it's too. And
works-
it's
He's
funniest
done all
thing.
the work at Ryan Monette's house up in the ledges.
Wow.
He's done work everywhere.
The funniest thing is him and I both use him, and we had no idea until I think he was at your house for something or your mom's house.
Yep.
One of the two. And then I came up, and then we found out that we used the same guy. That was
Oh,
really
wow,
funny.
that's funny.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
he's like
he is.
he's $40 an hour.
That's it.
That's it.
Flat fee.
You can buy all the materials, or he buys all the materials, and it's just $40 an hour.
Oh my god.
And he does unbelievable work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely need his name and number. Keep that man busy.
And he does
Not just
everything.
on
But
my
he
He
does
phone.
start late in the day.
That's okay.
Yeah,
He starts at noon
He's
and he
like, I
works
start at
until
noon, I work till 9 at night. That's how he likes to work.
Yeah.
So.
That's okay.
he likes to sleep in.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like to sleep in.
Oh yeah.
That's completely fine.
Yep.
All right. So when you're not helping others with the American dream, flipping houses yourself, then where's your go-to place? What do you do for your downtime?
I haven't had downtime in so long.
You're an empty nester now. You will.
Yeah. It's yeah. So how old are your kids? Just 18, 19?
I have three children, 2 girls and a boy. My oldest is 30, lives in Huntsville, Alabama. Just bought a brand new
Ooh.
home. She's married.
She should go to Flo in Huntsville. That's
Flo?
yeah.
Trampoline park.
Trampoline
for
park.
kids.
Yeah.
So Colby, one of our friends and guest on the show, he owns Flo here.
And
as well,
he owns the
Rockford.
one in
And he owns the one in Huntsville.
in
That's
Huntsville.
where he's from.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, next time I'm down there, we'll go there.
There you go.
I have a 23-year-old daughter. She lives in La Crosse. She's actually just texted me yesterday, wants to know if I'll help her move to Austin, Texas. So
Ooh.
we'll see about that. That's not just a quick 4 or 3 hour drive to go see her. And then, yes, my son just turned 18, and he will be graduating Hananiga here this year.
Oh, nice. Where's he going to school?
Hananiga.
Oh no, next year. Is he not decided?
Not decided.
Got
yet. Yep.
My daughter's 14, going on 30.
They all are.
She is already.
100%.
She had me buy. We went one college visit, more because I'm a real big fan of the school, and my best friend went there, and we went and saw Sister Jean and all that at Loyola. And now she wears this Loyola hoodie. She thinks she's going to Loyola. I'm like, sweetheart, you're not even in high school. Like, calm your jets. But it's cute. I do like it. I would not be upset, except for my wallet, if she decided to go to Loyola. But that's it.
It's okay. I have a 10-year-old that wears nothing but Iowa stuff. So
I know,
I
but
get
you
it.
went there.
no, I didn't go to Iowa.
You didn't go to Iowa? How the heck are you such an Iowa fan?
I've been a Hawkeye fan for a really, really long
Yeah.
time.
So where did you go to college?
He went to Dubuque.
Oh,
Clark University in Dubuque.
got it.
Played
Got
baseball
it.
there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember these stories now.
So, and he's a Hawkeye, but both my nephews went. Well, one of my nephews went to. He was a Cyclone, so he's at Iowa State.
Ooh,
So
you love Iowa State, don't you?
Oh yeah. Just really.
wearing
Dude, I got it here. I got it here.
Oh my goodness.
I got it here.
Yeah, I'm a Redbird. That's
Hey, fun fact: did you know George was a cheerleader in college?
What?
yes,
this is true. Yes.
and we have a picture of it
Right
here
God dang it! Why are you doing this to me?
at 45 minutes in.
45 minutes.
Doesn't every guy want to be a cheerleader, though? I mean,
It was
But he was a flyer.
no, absolutely not. And the picture that you just saw shows that I was clearly the base. So calm yourself. Calm yourself. No, you're gonna have to send me those notes on.
I'm gonna send you the
Okay,
notes.
cool. Because I don't want to sit there and watch an hour over and over until I find these little snippets.
Illinois State.
Yeah, I went to Illinois State. That was so like it'd be different if I bought her Illinois State stuff because I'm a big Redbird fan. It's my alma mater, but it's kind of cool. She really likes Loyola.
And that's where you met your wife.
It is where I met my wife.
aw.
Mm-hmm. On my way out, I dated her. I dated her for a month and a half, and then I graduated and left, and she stayed. She had one more semester, and then she said, "All right, I'm gonna." We try to do the long distance thing. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get a job. We're gonna get a teaching job. I'm gonna look in the suburbs, Freeport." That's where she ended up, and I was like, "What the frick?"
Freeport.
Yeah, so I had to drive from Chicago to Freeport to see her, which was even worse than going to Bloomington. But that's when I bought my first house in Rockford, in Linden Point subdivision, back in 2006, 06. And I commuted to Chicago for 2.5 years. And then I got promoted and was in the Rockford branches as a mortgage guy for Chase for 10 years. Did that.
Nice.
I was in middle
Chase
school in 06.
I bought my first house in 06.
I know.
No, this was
I
10
bought my
years.
third house
Yeah.
in 06.
And it was that the house was perfect. I paid $130,000. It was in Linden Point. It was brand new construction. So I finished my own basement. I learned everything. I did everything on that house. That's where I learned to be handy. And then I was like, okay, I never want to do this stuff again. So my second house, I paid for it all because I had zero interest. Not a fan. I had all the tools and I'm like, not my thing. Not a favorite hobby of mine. So, but I wasn't very good at it. My basement was nice, but it wasn't as nice as it is now.
Right.
There's definitely something that goes into that trade.
You know what it is?
People that
you know what really that trade is when you can perfect the corner, right? You don't have to put a piece of trim up.
Yeah.
Caulk and paint, baby. Caulk and paint.
Caulk and paint. Yeah, that helps a lot.
Well,
Makes a carpenter what he ain't.
Patience. You have to have patience. I don't have patience for a lot of things. And when you're finishing an entire basement of drywall, you could tell where I started and where the job finished. What room? I was just like,
Like you could tell where he started and when
you
he wound up 15 minutes later and said, I'm done with this.
Yep.
I want it done now.
Taping
Yes.
mud is the worst.
Oh, it's the worst.
I love that. Now, see, I like taping and mudding, drywalling, painting. That's my thing.
I saw a thing on Facebook that said you can always tell when there's a drywaller because they're 2 sheets of drywall away from being a drug addict.
That's funny.
No, I love that stuff.
By the way, I just noticed I love your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
appreciate
I
you.
wore this just for you today.
Thanks. I appreciate
So
you.
it's a bear. It's a bear
Bears.
shirt.
He's a Jets fan.
Yeah, but he's wearing a bear shirt today. That's very nice of you.
Just
I
for
actually
you.
like this. I like this one. You know, it's this Chicago Sea and red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Are you a
Are
Bears
you-
fan or a Packer fan? Just gonna ask.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Neither.
Okay, that works for me. As long as you didn't say Packers, I would have had to cancel this interview. No, just kidding.
Well, my husband's a Packer fan.
Oh. All
No,
right.
I don't get into sports. I'm not
Not a sports
not a
person.
sports person.
Well, this is probably the only episode we haven't talked about sports in some way until I just brought it up. So I'm sorry.
thanks,
I
George.
killed it. I killed it.
Thanks. No, because then they start talking sports and my eyes glaze over because it's like,
Is that like a common theme with realtors? Just
What?
not real into sports?
who has time on a Sunday? We're at open houses.
Yeah. No
While
time.
you guys are sitting, who has like stats and following players and all that stuff and doing fantasy leagues? Like that's a full-time job as far as I'm concerned.
It's true.
It's a
I
good
love
time.
going to a live game, football,
Yes. So
baseball,
that-
live games, but I cannot sit and watch it on TV.
Yeah, our courtside game was fun.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
So George took me to a game. We sat right on the floor,
Oh,
and it was. I
The
did not
Knicks?
realize it was the Knicks against the Bulls, and being from New York, it was great. And I wore all Bulls stuff just because he brought me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lived here since 2001, so I got to kind of give up some of that stuff, you know. But he did not know that when you sat down in those floor seats, it was unlimited drinks, but you had to pay for food.
Yes.
So it was a little dangerous because like I was the driver, so it was like so like, would you like another old fashioned? I'm like, no, I'll do.
I was like, I'll
a
take
water.
double. Give me 2.
Give him a double old fashioned. I'll take one of those bull beers or whatever it is, and
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, they charge for food, but all you can
but all you can drink until the third period.
No, end of third quarter.
and the third quarter. Yeah.
I still think the best sport live is hockey.
Oh, hockey's amazing.
Dude,
yeah.
I just got to go in those seats that were on the glass. Total different experience. Especially, you know how many times? Because I mean, so for the hockey in those seats, unlimited food or drink, free.
Well, the Blackhawks do
So
it right.
we were sitting there. You don't know how many times I've had a couple drinks. You don't know how many times somebody smashed into the glass and I'm not paying attention and I about pissed myself. Dude, I was like, oh, like 4 or 5 times. It was hysterical.
I know ESPN caught that on camera.
Yeah, they did. There's 100%. I have a clip that somebody sent me of me freaking out. Yes.
Oh, that's
From-
funny.
Are we going to
getting
put that in right here?
Right here?
No, I don't. You won't be able to make it out.
Okay,
No, unfortunately.
bummer.
Yeah, it's very like blurry, but you could tell it's me because of what I was wearing, my jersey. But yeah.
Awesome.
Hockey fights are the best.
Oh yeah.
But they're limiting that now.
No, they're not. Stop it.
Since when?
People are too sensitive.
Everybody's too sensitive. We could talk for hours about the sensitivity of this world.
I think football needs to add one hockey fight a game.
That's what you. Yeah. Who?
I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'd watch more of it.
Who?
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
But it has to be the kickers.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I remember that. There was another thing that recently somebody was talking to. I don't remember. Never mind. It was similar to like a fight, but I forget what it was. So we'll just pretend that I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't remember.
Nope.
Get that out.
Okay.
He's having a good time. All right, Teresa. So if somebody wants to contact you, I know we're supporting for trustee, but if somebody wants to contact you, they're looking to buy a house in Northern Illinois or Wisconsin, how do they get a hold of you? What's the best way?
Call or text 815-988-7636.
Everybody got that?
815-988-7636.
636.
You can make that in the jingle. I can hear it now. No, I'm just kidding.
Like the
Empire.
Empire floor guy?
888. I don't even remember it, but there's certain songs like people did a really
Call
good job.
866 for Felco.
For
Well,
Feldco.
I will
there
say
you go.
though too, like we're both realtors like that. It's colleagues, never competition. But Teresa is like the top agent in her office. I found that online. There's not much of you online, but I found that.
Well,
and you're also top 10 in the whole company.
I mean,
Century
you're doing
21,
75 plus units. I mean, that's no joke. That's like, do the math.
So
That's
you're
over 10
so
a month.
I will say, if you're not calling me,
Her.
you better call her because you're in great hands.
Yeah, real estate's just a passion. So I don't like being bored. And so if I can work, I will. I mean, call me anytime. I am out there showing or writing an offer or something. But, you have to have a passion for real estate to stay
do
in
it. Yeah. Especially what we went through in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It was not easy.
Well, as long as Teresa's been in those, you were here for the housing collapse.
I
The
was
mortgage-backed
around.
securities collapse, I should
Yep.
say, not housing. Housing was fine. It was the lenders that messed that up.
I was that. So that I had nothing to do with.
So
I
that
got
was
in,
me. I did that.
I got in 2009 into mortgage. So I just missed that. Oh, well.
Yes, that was a tough time. And I will
Yes.
say, my part of my almost 30 years, not exactly 30 years, but has been in different areas of real estate too. So I was in marketing and advertising for a lot of years with a Rockford broker. I did a TV show for 10 years.
I forgot about that. Yes. You were the
guys
voice
were-
I heard every Sunday.
Every Sunday morning, you guys heard
No way.
good morning and welcome to the Century 21 Real Estate Connection.
Oh,
We began our tour this morning. Yeah, that was me.
That
for
was
10
you.
years.
So when I
No
moved here,
way.
in 2001, every Sunday morning, my wife and I would put that on, see what open houses were, and then we'd go visit.
Can I
houses.
get your autograph?
No.
And that was a
You
live
have to do
show.
a transaction first.
Oh, I got to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, I guess so. But
That's really
yeah,
cool.
so I've been in a lot of different areas, including office management at Affiliated in Beloit. They hired me for a few years. I think 7 years I was on staff as one of the management.
Well, that's how I first met you.
yeah.
So you were the office manager looking to get quotes for renovations there, and I had my remodeling company.
Yeah, and that was one of the goals when they hired me was generaling all of that. And their office was stuck in the 70s. It was pink, maroon.
Yes.
Oh, man.
It's okay. My office is still stuck in the 70s.
58.
We have bright.
looks like Mad
we have-
Men when I
we
walk
have
into your
green
office.
carpet.
Green carpet.
And
Awesome.
brown paneling everywhere.
You keep it long enough, it comes back into style. Just save your money. It'll come back eventually.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Well, he's down on 20th Street in Harrison, right?
Yeah, Harrison 20th.
So that building hasn't changed in probably 50 years.
I'm trying to
Across the
envision
street from the Aldi's.
it. Okay. Yep. All right. I know exactly where. But yeah, so I've been in a lot of different areas of real estate too. So I was on a team for a few years.
I've only known you for the last couple. I've done a couple transactions with you in the past where you were not on my side. You were the seller side.
Oh, seller's agent.
Mm-hmm.
Did it go well? It must
Oh
have.
yeah, 100%.
I remember the bad
You
ones.
should have heard. You should have heard what he was saying about you before you got here.
No. I've never had a negative thing for Teresa.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, believe me, because he will talk. He does talk when he has a bad experience.
There's some people that no, I
Well,
would
you-
never send business to ever.
You get that way. I have a list of preferred vendors, and if I have one bad complaint from a client about you, you're off of it. So you got your preferred everything: lenders, insurance,
Yep.
plumbers, electricians, contractors. I need that guy's name and number.
Home inspectors.
Home inspectors. Yeah, I'm just getting ready to launch my new website, and it'll have all of that on there.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Amazing.
One-stop shop.
Yep. So
I like it. Anything else we wanted to add to today's wonderful conversation with our special guest?
You answered my questions.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited. I can't wait for April 1st. Not because it's April Fool's Day, but because I want to hear that we have a couple new trustees.
I just hope the election judges don't say you lost. April Fools.
Oh, that would be stupid. That would be really stupid.
I do think it's a little funny that our election day is April 1st.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun day.
We're gonna party hard that night. I'll be there.
Are you going to be there?
Oh, I'm coming for
Good.
sure.
You coming?
I will try my best.
Oh,
Oh,
Josh,
it's
Josh
in the
won't be.
evening.
Josh won't be there.
Oh,
he's got a hard no
So
for
Josh,
evenings.
Josh coaches Boylan baseball. Josh has a son in travel, baseball, basketball, and hockey at all times. He has 2 daughters that are doing little spot tot gymnastic stuff and dance, and they're running around doing soccer.
You're
And
busy.
he has all that going on because they're all littler ones. And his wife
I
works full time as a teacher in Rockford, and he does insurance. And when he's not
Work for a nonprofit.
works for a nonprofit. So,
Which one?
yeah, talk about that. Maybe you get a new sponsor.
I gotta be careful.
Okay.
Compliance. I work for Kids Above All, so we're a nonprofit organization, and I run Camp Sheila, which is a bereavement camp for children ages 7 to 17 that have lost a loved one to homicide.
Oh, wow.
So, and that's all I can say.
Amazing.
Right.
That's amazing.
We'll talk more about it off air.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. So I might as well cut this episode right here so I can hear what your idea was for Roscoe.
oh, it's awesome.
It's
Dude,
awesome.
It's really good. It's really good.
Well,
hey, everyone, do your YouTubey things.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe on YouTube, anywhere you listen to podcasts, and follow us on Facebook at Reppin' the State Line Podcast.
See you next week. Oh, no. See you in 2 weeks.
Yes.